Welcome back to Whispers of the Dead. In our last episode, we journeyed into Japan to uncover the horror of the Junko Furuta case, one of the darkest crimes of 1990. But in this episode, we travel into the cold, sterile halls of hospitals where safety was supposed to be guaranteed, and where death wore a white uniform. This is the story of two people who were trusted to save lives, but instead became executioners. They were called healers, but they were really angels of death. Our story begins in a quiet hospital in Lincolnshire, England. It's 1991. Nurses move swiftly through the pediatric ward, caring for fragile young patients. But behind one gentle smile hid a monster. Her name was Beverley Allitt, a soft-spoken 22-year-old nurse who seemed devoted, compassionate, and kind. Parents trusted her, doctors praised her, but no one suspected that she was systematically murdering the children she was meant to protect. Between February and April of 1991, tragedy after tragedy struck the ward. Healthy children suddenly stopped breathing, monitors flatlined, panic filled the air. And through it all, Beverley was always there, calm, helpful, and eerily composed. In just 59 days, 13 children mysteriously collapsed under her care. 4 of them never woke up again. Her weapon was invisible. Insulin overdoses, air injections, tampering with equipment, quiet methods that left few traces. It wasn't until a doctor noticed strange levels of insulin in a child's blood that suspicion fell on the smiling nurse. When investigators uncovered the pattern, the truth was more horrifying than anyone could believe. Beverley Allitt had been seeking attention, control, and a godlike power over life and death. But while the UK reeled in shock across the ocean, another angel of death was at work, this time in the United States. His name was Charles Cullen, a nurse from New Jersey whose career spanned 16 years in more than 10 hospitals. To his colleagues, he was quiet, withdrawn, and unremarkable. But beneath that calm surface was a man obsessed with control and haunted by darkness. Cullen's method was simple and almost undetectable. He injected lethal doses of drugs like insulin and digoxin into hospital IV bags. Patients would die quietly, often long after he had left the ward. It took years before anyone realized how many lives he had taken. When the numbers finally came out, they were staggering. Charles Cullen confessed to killing over 40 people, but experts believe the real number could be more than 400, making him one of the deadliest serial killers in modern history. Both Cullen and Allitt shared something chilling. They thrived in places of healing, hiding behind trust and authority. They turned hospitals, symbols of safety, into silent graveyards. Their victims never saw death coming, and no one suspected the smiling faces standing over them. When investigators finally closed in, both killers showed little emotion. Cullen claimed he was ending suffering. Allitt claimed she didn't remember. But their victims' families remember everything: the pain, the loss, and the betrayal. The angel of death wasn't a figure from myth. It was 2 ordinary nurses who walked among the living, taking lives one injection at a time. This was episode 8 of Whispers of the Dead. In our next episode, we travel back to Europe to uncover one of the most shocking cult crimes of the early 1990s, a case that redefined what human evil could look like. If you're drawn to the dark corners of real history, remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what comes next. Because the whispers never end, and neither does the darkness.